All right, fact number 2. The SEPTuaguint, and I'm not sure I'm pronouncing that right, but the SEPTuaguint is what we call the Old Testament, and it means group of 7 or book of 7. But the Old Testament is 5. There's 5 books, 5 books of Moses. So where did these other 2 books go? Well, you can go read the SEPTuaguint, the original 7, and then you can see which 2 were taken out. And you can ask yourself why. Why were these 2 books edited, changed, or taken out? And this book, the SEPTuaguint or the Old Testament, was written about 800 years before the New Testament. So even the authors themselves, some of these scribes and authors talk about their own editing process and how they took some things out and left some things in. So think about 800 years of translating and editing going into this book. And this is before it was canonized as one group, one book, so to speak. There's at least 100 different versions of the Bible itself. There's so many. There's Greek, there's Coptic, there's Brigham Young's version, the Latter-day Saints, Seventh-day Adventist, Catholic, Protestant, Presbyterian. They don't all use the same book. Even the New Testament, there's all these different versions. There's the Ethiopian, there's the Kebra-Nagast. It just goes on and on and on and on. You can easily look this up and see them for yourself. So these versions were obviously written by human beings and edited by human beings. And admittedly, in history, there are certain authors whose job was to transcribe, like Jerome, for example. So we know that the book was written by the hand of men back then. But the point here is, and the fact to think about, is that the book is constantly evolving still today. So the versions that we read today are still being written by the hands of men.